Hey, what's up guys, it's Vertical Hoops here, and today I'm back with the MyGM series with the Milwaukee Bucks. Now, in the last episode, we played our first two games of the season, so now I'm looking at the box score real quick. In our first game we faced the Knicks, and as you can see, Chris Middleton and Greg Monroe both at the top of the leaderboard. Chris Middleton had 16, so that was a pretty solid performance. And then in our second game we faced the Wizards, and once again, Chris Middleton and Greg Monroe both at the top. In this game, Chris Middleton had 17 points, and he was 4 from 4 for the 3-point line. So far this season, Chris Middleton seems to be one of our better performers, and Greg Monroe has been second in both games, so those two seem like they might be our best two scorers so far. So right now I'm simulating this rest day, and then we did get a trade offer, but I don't really think giving away Chris Middleton is a very good idea, so I declined that pretty quick. And now we have this game against the Raptors, so I'm just going to go ahead and sim this with Simcast. So as you can see, starting in the first quarter, we started pretty strong. We ended up winning that quarter by 4 points. And here in the second quarter, they went on a little bit of a run. So now here in the third, we're down by a little bit. So I'm just going to continue simming on a little bit. Now here in the fourth quarter, we're still down by a couple points. So I just kept simming a little bit, and here at 2 minutes and 30 seconds, we're down by 4. And I do want to win this game, so I decided to hop in. So they had the ball first, and then they did score. So then we were down by 6, and then Chris Middleton missed a 3. So they went back down the court and scored again. So now we're not really looking too good. We're down by 8 points. I'm trying to just score for the first time. I found Chris Middleton in the corner, and I took a fadeaway 3 for some reason. I thought it was going to be a good look. I didn't realize the guy was going to come at me at the last second. So we're just not looking that good right now. But we did just get a block, so that's pretty good. And then they took up a really bad shot. So now we're pretty much just continuing on, still trying to find our first points ever since I hopped in. Right now Michael Carter-Williams has it. He's trying to look for somebody. I do see Chris Middleton behind me. He steps into the 3 and he pulls and actually makes it. So we're down by 5 right now. We still technically have a chance. It was about 30 seconds. I pulled again with Chris Middleton, and apparently that was really contested because he fell over. And then DeMar DeRozan had the wide open layup, so that was basically game right there. They're up by 9 points with 21 seconds. There's nothing I could really do, so they just ran out the clock, and that was basically game. So we did lose that, which I'm kind of upset about. So we're 2-1 on the season right now. And, you know, I guess there's going to be games where we just lose. So looking at the box score, Michael Carter-Williams was actually leading our team in scoring, and he was 2 from 2 from the 3-point line. So that's not that bad, 4 from 7 from the field. So he's looking pretty good. The Greek Freak, Chris Middleton, Jabari Parker, all those guys really struggled. Greg Monroe did alright. And now we have another game the very next day against the Nets. So I'm going to go ahead and sim that with Simcast too. So I just pressed sim, and it's pretty much just going to go. It's pretty back and forth. Now they're going on a little bit of a run in the second quarter. They kind of murder us there. And they still have the lead in the third. We just can't seem to get more points than them. So they're up by a pretty good amount right now. There was really nothing that our team could have done to come back. I didn't want to jump in and waste time. So we lost by 23. Greg Monroe was our leading scorer, and Chris Middleton struggled a little bit again, 1 for 3 from the 3-point line. Jabari Parker didn't do very good. So we really need our guys to step up a little bit more and score a lot of points if we're gonna be winning some more games. So I just simmed that rest day, and now Oliver Sanders invited me into his office. He's the assistant GM. This is the thing that pretty much everybody gets. It's saying if I need to know any of the new features, but I don't. I'm pretty familiar with them, so I just ended that conversation. So nothing really important he had to tell me. So now going forward, I'm back at the schedule, and we have this game against the 76ers, but Greg Monroe, something about the way he plays, just I don't really think that it's going to work out. So just not that he's bad, but just with me controlling him. So I was looking at possible trade offers for him. I was looking at some Rudy Gay. I might want to do that because I'm really good with his release, and he seems like a pretty good player. I might want Damari Carroll or Serge Ibaka. I'm not really sure. I was looking through trades, and there might be some I want. Draymond Green I might want to get, but since I started this really early, he's still only an 82. So that's not that great. So after looking through all the teams, there was nothing that immediately stood out to me. So next I went to Gravis Vasquez. He wasn't really doing very much for us, so I thought I might want to trade him away. I did see this first one for Tony Wroten that I thought I might want to do because Tony Wroten's way more athletic in my opinion, so I think he might be able to help us a little bit more. I did look through all the teams though. Kelly Olynyk and Evan Turner, that seems like a good deal, maybe. Not really sure. So continuing on, I saw Jeremy Lin and other people, Omar Caspi, Nick Young, Evan Fournier. I wasn't really sure at the time. I was looking through, I might want Wilson Chandler, I'm not sure. Damari Carroll popped up again, so the Raptors must really not like him. I don't know why, maybe because he has a really big contract. So looking through, I'm almost to the end. After looking at the Washington Wizards, Jared Dudley, I came back to the Tony Wroten, And I actually thought this might be a really good deal for us because we're also getting Hollis Thompson in return for Chris Copeland, who I don't even think Chris Copeland gets very many minutes whatsoever. So I went to the trade screen and just looked at this for a little while, and I did decide that this is something I wanted to do. So I pretty much just offered it and they accepted it. So now we have Tony Roten on our team in exchange for Gavis Vasquez. Oliver Sanders, I just told him that I want the coach to take care of the rotation. I'll probably go in and edit it eventually, but for now, I just want him to do it, so it's all good. So that's the end of that. And it's kind of funny how we just made that trade because our next game is against the 76ers, who we just traded with. So I'm going to go ahead and sim that with Simcast, just like we have been with the last couple games. So I'm just going to go ahead and sim it. We did start off with the lead, and then it's kind of back and forth going into the second quarter. We do have a little bit of a lead right now, and we're kind of continuing it. We're up by a little over 10. Now we're about 20. So now we're in the fourth quarter, and our lead's just continuing. We're up by about 30 now. We won by 28 at the very end. So that was a pretty good game for us, and we had Tony Roten on our team, so he's probably pretty happy. So now I'm going to go ahead and look at the box score real quick. Gary Monroe was at the top. I was considering trading him. I might go back to that eventually. John Henson was 7 of 10, so that's pretty good. Michael Carter Williams did pretty good again. Chris Middleton didn't score very many points, but at least he didn't shoot a really bad percentage either. As you can see, Tony Roten did struggle a little bit. He was 0 for 2, so he didn't score, or he did score 2 foul shots, but he didn't make any field goals. So I mean, he's not that best shooter, but we'll probably be able to work on that eventually. But anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Right now our team's sitting at 3-2, so not terrible. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video.